Here we discuss about the template or generics. So the C++ giving a concept that is called your template or generics. So first we discuss what is template, then why the template is required or needed. Okay, before going to the template, first we know what is overloading. In your function overloading, what happen? We are defining several functions with the same definition, several functions with the same name by changing what? The number of arguments and the data type of the arguments or the order of the arguments. But here what happen? We define several functions for different tags. See, suppose in the overloading, suppose I am defining a function sum with the argument is integer x and integer y. Okay, similarly suppose I am defining another function integer, suppose float sum with argument float x and float y. So here the two functions sum and sum, what happen? These are some overloading functions. So whenever the main function, whenever we call sum two integer value 5 6, then what happen? This integer function will be called, and whenever you call that is 5.5 and 6.6 suppose, then this floating function will be called. So what happen here? We define function with the same name, function having identically name. So in the overloading function, same function uses different purposes. Okay, but program code never reduces. What is the advantages of function overloading? We use the same function name for different work. Okay, here integer sum, here floating sum, but the program code is not reduces. Okay, program code is not reduces. We only giving the same name so that we cannot remember the different name. That is the advantages of overloading. But what is the disadvantages? Disadvantages is the program code is never reduces. Okay, because we define the for sum integer sum, again for floating sum we define another. Okay, so the program code is not reduces. Now our question is how to reduce the program size. Can we reduce the program size? Yes. For this, I want to declare one function which perform all the operation. If we define one function, it perform all the operation. For integer, for float or double, it perform all the operation. So that we need templates or generics. So here, when a function have to perform the same operation, on different data types, then instead of declaring the overload function, we can define a function template. Okay, when a function have performed the same operation on different data type, then instead of declaring overload function, we can define a function template. So the function template, what is the advantages here? Here is one function used for several function declaration. One function is used for a family of function. Okay, one function used for the several function declaration. So here the template, function template again divide two types. Function template is again divide two types. So here the function template or template function again divide into two types. One is your function template. This is also called as your generic function template. Another is your class template. Okay, so this template in your function in your C++ divide two types. That is your function template, that is also called your generic function, and class template is also called your generic class. What is generic? Generic means, example, suppose you have to say a general store. That means it contain different types of items in one store or not. Similarly, the generic function means it can perform the tasks for different type of data types or data members. A single function can work for different types of data types. So here the simple definition: a template defined for a function is simply called as your function template, and whenever a template defined for a class is called your class template. Whenever you define a template for a function, that is your function template, and whenever you define a template for a class, that is called your class template. Okay, so let's discuss the syntax of a function template. First to define what? First to define the template class T. Here it is a placeholder. Here it is a placeholder, and depending upon the user depending on the user sending data type. Okay, it depending upon the user sending data type. Then what happens? Suppose two type of data type is there. So this thing is declared as like in this way: template class T1, comma class T2. Okay, this is a placeholder of the two different type of data type. If single data type is there, then we have to declare like this. If different data type are there, like integer float and float integer, we declare like this. After that, what happen? Either this definition or this definition. Then we have to define what? Then your return type, then function name with the argument or parameters. Okay, then function body. So this is your declaration and definition of a function template. Okay, so let's see an example how to define. Suppose I am writing a program to calculate the integer and floating sum of a two number, either two integer or either two float. So what happened? Initially I am declaring the placeholder, that is template class T. Okay, next what happened? I am defining the function what? Sum. Then what is the data type? It is the template data type. Depend upon the T, whatever the data type passed by the user, the same data type used. So I am writing here TA and TB. Okay, then what is the return type? Return type also T. Okay, this is the user defined data type. I am defining here template. Then in this function I am writing what? Return A plus B. Now in the main, whenever I am passing two integer value 5, 9, okay, then two integer value will be perform the sum operation and it to return to the main function. Similarly, from the same function we also pass, suppose, two floating value, then these two floating value will be passed and the return type also T means floating here and it return to the function. Okay, if you write here, then for this one function it work like what? It is give the integer sum plus also floating sum. That is what? Your function template. So here template is your keyword and T what? A generic data type. So already definition is created. Based on the situation, it converted to the particular type. Based on the situation means based on the integer, it converted to the particular type. So that is means the generic one for the several things. Okay, here what it advantages is it reduces the program size. In the function overloading we require two function, but here the function template, what happen? We reduces the program size. Okay, so next see how to pass two different types of argument. So whenever you write your what? Template, this is the keyword and this is class T generic type, then it is only one type of argument. It allow only one type argument, either it is integer or it is float. Okay, number of argument is different, that is how many argument you have to take, it is different, but it allow only one argument. Either you take all the integer or take all the float. If you need suppose one integer, one float, okay, or one float or integer or float or integer all type of combination, then what we need? Declare template keyword, then your class one generic is T1, okay, then another generic is suppose T2. That means here two different data type is there. Any combination is possible, either it is integer float, okay, then float integer, then float. but basically it is appropriate to integer float or float integer. Okay, because integer and float we need a single declaration, but this mixed type of data type, whenever you require, then we need this type of declaration, class t1 and class t2. Okay, so here next, how to declare the body of the function. Body of the function is similar, sum, then t1x 1x, then t2y. So x is the type t1 and y is the type t2. It depends upon the user. Okay, then it is return x plus y. Then what is the return type? The return type is, suppose I am writing 2 integer, then it is integer. Okay, then integer float, it need what? Float integer, it required float, and for float it required also float. But what happened? T1 T2, we don't know what is the data type of the T1 T2. Okay, because it depends upon the user is pass either integer float or float integer. Okay, so if you write it is T1 or T2, then here the compiler is confused. Okay, sometimes if T1 is take integer, then the result is also integer, so that we directly write here float. Okay, so that means it appropriate for the all the combination. Okay, so here the return type is float. We could not consider either T1 or T2 because we could not know about the type. Type is defined at the function call in the main function. So in the main function, what happens? Okay, so in the main function, whenever we pass sum equal to 1.2, 2.3, 2 float are there. That means T1 is also float and T2 is a float. It also float, and result is also float. See, in the second I am passing one integer and second is float. One integer means T1 is integer and T2 is the float. Okay, in the third I am passing first is float and second is your integer, that is T1 is float and T2 is integer, and the last I am passing 2 are integer. Okay, so this is your function call. Next you see what is the overload of a function template. We already know the overload of a function. Now we have discussed the overload of a function template. Okay, here what happened? The several function name with the same name by passing different data types or different number of arguments. The several function name with the same name by passing different data type or different number of arguments. So see, here I am declaring what? Template keyword with the generic data type class T. T is the generic data type. Okay, suppose I am defining a sum, T sum return type, then sum inside this TA and TB. Okay, generic type A and generic type B. So in this function body, suppose I am adding and passing return A plus B. Okay, another writing, suppose another function I am writing here. I am defining template class T. Okay, then again same function name, return type same function name, and here I am passing suppose T A T B T C. Okay, function name is same here, sum, and sum return type is also same, but see here 2 argument, here 3 argument of generic type T. Then here I am what? Return here simply A plus B plus C. So that is your template function overloading. Okay, or overloading of a function template. Overloading of a function template. So in the AB as argument or parameter of type T. Here function return value depending upon the user defined parameters. Okay, function return value depending upon the user defined parameters. So in the main function, what happen? If you call sum function with the 2 argument, either you directly pass or you have to assign this through the users. Cin it also applicable. But whenever you pass the 2 argument, then what happen? It will be invoke the 2 argument function, this sum function. But whenever you write 3 argument pass, then it will be invoke the 3 argument function. So that is your what? Overloading of your template function or function template. Similarly, if you pass sum equal to suppose 5.5 to floating value, okay, to floating value, then it also called what? 2 argument function. It also invoke the 2 argument function. Then similarly, suppose I am calling suppose 1.2, 2.5, 3.4. Okay, 3 floating value, 3 argument are there, then matches with the 3 argument sum function. So it invoke the 3 argument sum function. So here see, it is what? A function overloading, function template overloading.